Well, good morning, everyone. We'll start sitting on the floor, and I'll just adjust this a bit. And we'll start sitting on the floor, and we're just going to do a little bit of breathing just to focus focus ourselves on the floor, in our breath. So we're grounding in our on our sit bones, and you can have your legs however you like. Now you can have it in easy pose, which is just like this. You could have it in fire log pose, which is one foot on top of the other, or you could have it in cow pose, which is your knees on top of the other. So at the beginning you may want just easy pose or whatever, but I'll sit here and permit my hips a little. So I'm just going to read a little bit from Thich Nhat Hanh's Peace is Every Step, The Path of Mindfulness in Everyday Life. Some of you will be familiar with it, but it has a lovely, some lovely exercises, and this one you may be familiar with too. But this is the breathing in and out exercise. And we recite these 4 lines silently as we breathe in and out. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. So reciting this line is like drinking a glass of cool lemonade on a hot day. You can feel the coolness permeate your body. When I breathe in and recite this line, breathing in, I calm my body, I actually feel my breath literally calming my mind and body. And then breathing out, I smile. You know, a smile can relax hundreds of muscles in your face. So wearing a smile on your face is a sign that you are a master of yourself. Dwelling in the present moment, while I sit here, I don't think of anything else. I sit here and I know exactly where I am. I know this is a wonderful moment. It is a joy to sit stable and at ease and return to our breathing, our smiling, our true nature. Our appointment with life is in the present moment. If we do not have peace and joy right now, when will we have peace and joy? Tomorrow or after tomorrow? What is preventing us from being happy right now? As we follow our breathing, we can say simply, calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. So we'll just work on that. Calming, calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. So breathe in, calming, breathe out, smiling, wonderful moment, present moment. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. If your legs are in one position, we're just going to rotate or reverse the sit, so you can shift your feet around a bit. Inhaling, exhaling, calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. Lovely. Now let's just stretch our legs out in front of us, and we can slap them up and down on the floor a little just to get them back into the land of the living. And we'll go now onto our hands and knees. And we are going to just do some cat and cow here. So we will lift up our chest, arching into cat, and then we will sink our chest and move it forward between our arms like they're a gate. And then we're going to lift up again, exhaling, and then inhaling. So we're going to lift up, calming, and we'll exhale, smiling, and then present moment, and then wonderful moment. And once again, calming, smiling, present moment, and wonderful moment. Good. Now we'll just lift it would be your left arm up, and then we're going to draw it under and looking underneath our arm, and then lifting up, inhaling, and exhaling. Calming and smiling. Present moment. Wonderful moment. Calming and smiling. Present moment and wonderful moment. And now we're just going to rest on that arm, and you can lift the opposite arm up and bend the elbow, and you can either place the back of your hand on your sacrum, or you can shift your hand around to your waist and do a bind. So either one is perfect. And if that's uncomfortable, just keep your other hand on the ground. Good, and we're just breathing here, feeling our body, our shoulder opening up, and our breath coming into and out of our vast inner chambers. Good, now let's put our hand down, and we'll come back and do the other side. So we're pressing our fingers into the ground, our knees are below our hips, and we're lifting that arm up and then under. And once again, we're inhaling, calming, and exhaling, smiling. Inhaling, present moment, and exhaling, wonderful moment. And inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And now we're going to rest that shoulder on the ground, lift the opposite hand out, bend, and place your hand on the sacrum or on your waist. And then we're going to rotate that shoulder up, keeping the knees on the ground. Keep trying to keep your hips even, and breathing here. It's a bit cramped, so you'll want to really imagine your breath opening up that front side body that's opening up to the ceiling. And let's try and keep our breath alive through the whole class. So we'll lift that arm up, and we'll put the hand down, and we're going to come back into puppy pose, and this will open our shoulders up a little differently. So we have our hips up over top of our of our knees, and we're stretching our arms forward, and we are coming down as far as is comfortable. You don't want any pain, but discomfort is maybe part of this, and you could, of course, come up if it's too much. But it is a wonderful shoulder opening pose. It just allows you to really dig deep into your shoulders. And you can use blocks. You could put your hands on blocks if this isn't enough of a stretch. And we're staying here for a time, that is, for a moment or two, just to allow the connective tissue to be affected. It takes a little bit longer for them to be affected, at least 90 seconds, they say. Good, now we'll walk our hands back, and we'll just do some more movements from tabletop. So we're going to stretch our left foot out, our left toe out, and we're just going to make an arcing circle around and follow with our eyes. So you'll want nothing behind you. And then we're going to go the other way. And all the time we're breathing. So we're inhaling as it goes back, and then we're exhaling as it comes forward. And inhale and exhale. So we're calming and remembering to smile. And back again, present moment, and then wonderful moment. And this time you can keep doing that, or you can lift your foot up and move it around in the air. And then look at it. So here we are, we're breathing, we're exhaling, and we're inhaling. Exhaling, we're inhaling. And we're just going back and forth, feeling the strengthening and remembering to breathe. Good, we'll put that foot down. And we're going to do the other side. Once again, just arcing around, lubricating the synovial fluid in our hip, and also moving our head around to give our neck a little bit of a rotation. And now we're going to lift that leg up and then bring it around. Breathing, calming, and smiling. Calming and smiling. Present moment and wonderful moment. Present moment and wonderful moment. Good. Let's put your both legs down, and we're going to do the bird dog. So we'll lift the left arm up and the right leg. And this is just a lovely balancing pose and strengthening. So we're stretching out through the fingers and out through the toes, pressing into your hand and into your lower leg and knee and the front of your foot. Good. And we're breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And put that hand and foot down, and then the other one. And then put that foot and hand down. And we're going to come back briefly into a child's pose. And we're here, we're going to move towards your left thigh, stretching your hands out and stretching that right hand up and on the diagonal, and your right hip back. So there's a lovely elongation of that side body. As you breathe into that side body, inhaling and exhaling. And then we're going to walk over to the other side. And we are stretching those fingers out, the left fingertips out, and the left hip back. Opening out that side body, inhaling calmness, and exhaling, smiling, inhaling this present moment, and exhaling this wonderful moment. Good. Now let's just stretch out to the front and to the back. Give ourselves a beautiful wiggle here. And then we'll come up and we'll put our right foot forward and we'll just lift up, opening our arms up and out. Good. Now we're just going to draw back with our foot up, our toes up, and you can hold on to those toes and draw them back. This will elongate your hamstrings low down in your calf, and you can reach forward, whatever is comfortable for you, and you can work to lower your torso onto your thigh, if that's within your wheelhouse. And now we're going to come forward, and we're just going to stretch this front hip flexor. So you do you, and you can, if you like, curl your back toes under, lift that leg up, and really feel that stretch of the hip flexor. But you find out what is best for you. Very good. Now you can stay here. You can stay here with the knee down, or you could come down onto your elbows, or you could stay up. So you decide what's good for you. So we're moving into lizard pose. So I'm going to either leave my knee down or lift the back knee up and press into the heel, and really feel that incredible expansion of our body. All the time breathing calm, inhaling and exhaling a big smile, and inhaling the present moment, and exhaling the wonderful moment. And let's put the knee down and come up. And once again, we'll go back and we will draw our toes back, feel our torso moving towards our thighs, feel the stretch in our hamstring all the way down to our Achilles. And once again, no pain, but you may feel a bit of discomfort, which you can move towards and then move away from in the kind of traditional yin practice. Finding your edge, and then withdrawing somewhat, and then looking for it again. And then we'll come forward, and we'll put both of our knees behind us. Here we go. So we'll come up on our knees, and we're just going to see how we are at the very beginning of the class, working towards a camel. So this is very early, so you may not have much movement, but that's okay. We'll do it later and see what happens. So we're going to just lift up, and we're going to just press our pelvis forward so that it's in line with our xiphoid process, that spearheaded bone at the base of your sternum. And we're drawing our collarbone up, our sternum up, and we're just slowly rotating back and dropping our over. So we're doing a back bend, and we are being very conscious of this open chest. So we're inhaling and exhaling. And we're inhaling and we're exhaling. And we're inhaling and we're exhaling. Good. And we're going to, if you can, we're going to clasp your heels or something close to your heels, or just let your hands dangle. And if you can, you're pressing your chest up and your pelvis forward, and you're feeling a curvature of the spine that is not in your lower back. Good. And now we'll come up. We're going to just clasp our shoulders, embrace ourselves with a little self-love, and open up our arms again, and then the other way. Good. All right. So let's just put our curl our toes under and come back into a downward dog. And you may want to adjust your the distance of your feet from your hands. And here we can pedal our feet out at the very beginning and just feel ourselves. We can even move our shoulders. We can develop a little mobility in this practice, in this particular pose. And then we're going to press into our hands, press into our index finger, our thumbs, and feel the palms of our hands are like suction cups. And then we're going to draw our heels towards the mat. It doesn't matter if they touch. And we're going to draw our thighs back. And you can slightly tilt your pelvis forward, and that may help you drop your heels a little bit lower. So sometimes we say, point your pelvis up or tilt your pelvis up. But if you tilt your pelvis a little forward, I find it's actually advantageous. And we're staying here for a few breaths in order to ground ourselves. And we're just really remembering our little mantra of calming inhalation and smiling exhalation, and inhaling this moment and exhaling this perfect moment. And we're calming and we're smiling. And we're inhaling this present moment and we're exhaling this wonderful moment. Good. Now let's lift our left leg up and point the toe and bring it in. This is a bit of a strengthening movement. So we're going to touch the same elbow and then stretch back, and then the middle and stretch back, and then the opposite elbow, stretching back. And let's do it one more time. The same elbow, the opposite, or the middle, sorry, and then the opposite elbow, and then back. And then we'll change the feet, and we'll come in with we'll lift that other toe up, bring it into the same elbow, and back, the middle elbow, and back, and the opposite elbow, and back. And one more time. Good. And let's put both of those feet down. And we're going to lift that other leg up, bend the knee, drop it over, and just stack your hips one on top of the other while maintaining the same pressure on your hands so your shoulders are even, more or less. And once again, you're pressing that thigh back to straighten that leg, and you're pressing into your hands. And now lift that leg up and put it down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, bending that knee, dropping the foot towards your glute, feeling that one hip is on top of the other, and you're pressing into both hands. And we're trying to keep our breath even, which I'm not doing a very good job of, but we're inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And put our feet down here. And now we're just going to walk our hands back and find ourselves at the back of the mat, and we're going to dango in yin, or do a forward fold in hatha yoga. And here we'll just feel a strength in our legs, because our feet are grounded. You could lift your toes up, feel the spark of those arches, lighting up your calves and your thighs. Meanwhile, you are bent over at the hips, and you are just hanging here, really. And you can, if you like, hook your arms in your elbows, and maybe that deepens your descent slightly. Or you can cup your hands and put them at the base of the bony part, bottom part of your skull, and just let your elbows drop and your hands, and you'll find it will allow you to elongate slightly the back of your neck, which actually feels like a bit of a massage, because you have the heat of your hands, and then you also have the weight of your head. So I'm just focusing once again on my breath, inhaling calm and exhaling a smile, and inhaling calm and exhaling a smile. And we're just going to roll up slowly and find ourselves in mountain pose. So I have very bad balance, so you must do as you do, not as I do. But I'm working on it, but I think it's really, I have until I'm 85, I think, or 90 to get it back. But I'm going to lift up my left leg, so my knee, and I'm just going to straighten it out, and I'm going to bend it, and I'm going to straighten it out again, and bend it, straighten it out, and bend it. And now I'm going to do a little figure eight here. Internal rotation, external rotation. Internal rotation, external rotation. Internal rotation, external rotation. And here I'm going to lift it up and put it in tree pose. So here we are. And you do you. I'm trying to ground my bottom foot. I have a very bad ankle, so it's not very cooperative, but you may have better ankles. And then you can either lift your arms up, you can keep your hands in prayer pose, or you can do what you will with them. You can experiment and see what happens. And you're pressing your foot into your thigh into your foot, and all the time you are saying to yourself, calm inhalation, smiling exhalation, inhaling this present moment and transforming that into a wonderful moment exhalation. Good. All right. And let's lift that leg up, and then we'll come down. And we're going to do that on the other side. may need a drink of water. All right. So we're going to lift the other leg up and then stretch it out. Lift it up, lift the knee up, and then stretch it out. Lift that knee up, and then we're going to do our internal rotations and our external rotations. And this is just moving that synovial fluid around our hip. Very nice. In all kinds of directions. Good. Now let's lift the foot up, pressing it into our thigh and balancing here. So you do you. I am grounding my foot into the ground, pressing my foot into the thigh and my thigh into the foot, and I'm finding a drishti, a focal point on the floor ahead of me so I don't have to bend my head. And I'm focusing on that in order to provide me with a mental focus that will allow me to balance. Maybe not today. Hard to tell. I'm going to lift that knee up and put it down. Good. So now let's come to the front of our mat, and we're going to do a few sun salutations. And we should be really feeling quite limber. We can shake a little bit, shake our arms, shake our legs, and really feel that we are loosening up. We're kind of elasta woman, elasta man, and really shaking our fingers out and our feet. Good. Shaking is apparently very good for your metabolic system. So, and I like to do it. I loved dancing when I was younger. So, all right, here we go. So let's stand at the front of our mat and open our arms out, inhaling calmness and exhaling forward fold with a smile. And inhaling halfway lift, the present moment, and exhaling this wonderful, perfect moment. And then we'll put our hands on the ground, bring the left foot back, and drop the knee, and come up, and look up. Then frame the front foot, coming down into plank. And here we'll stay for a moment. We'll do a little bit of strengthening, and just pressing into our hands, pressing into our heels, lifting our thighs up. And if you like, you can stay here, or you could come down, or you can do my weight training teachers, forward and forward and back and back, forward and forward and back, and then the other hand forward and the other hand back. So you can alternate going forward and back. Good. Very good. That's a really good strengthening pose, and it's just your body weight. You don't require any weights. And now we're coming down either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. And then we're coming up into either a low cobra or an upward dog. And we'll just stay here for a moment, pressing the tops of our feet into the ground and really feeling that lovely curve of the spine. Good. Now we'll turn our toes under and we'll come back into a downward dog. And here you can do, you can stay here in downward dog, or if you like, you could come forward into an upward dog, and then press into your hands, draw your hips back, and press your heels down. And we'll do that one more time. So we're coming forward into an upward dog, and then back, and then forward, and then back. And then one last time, and then back. Good. We'll stretch here for 2 breaths, inhaling calmness, exhaling, smiling, inhaling this very moment, and exhaling this perfect moment. Good. Now let's lift that knee up again, that leg up again, same leg, and bring it forward between our hands, however you can get it there. And then bring the other foot forward. And we're just going to hang here again for 2 moments. And all this does is provide you with a little breathing space. And the breathing here is in our back body. So we can imagine inhaling calmness into our back and exhaling a big smile. Imagine a big smile on your back. And inhaling the present moment and exhaling. Good. And we'll just open our arms out now and come up. Look at your thumbs and open them out. Good. So we'll do the other side. We're just going to lift up and open out. Forward fold, exhaling. Halfway lift, inhaling. Exhaling, forward fold. And then the back knee down. And once again, we'll come up, look up. Inhaling, and then hands down into a plank. We'll stay in the plank for a moment or 2. And if you like, you can do that forward and back movement, which is a challenge, but a good one. And now we're just going to sink down into chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin, and then up into our upward dog. And then pressing back into our lovely downward dog. Pressing into our heels, pressing our thighs back. Breathing into our back body, our side body, our front body. Feeling the expansiveness of that inside body. Moving slowly in yoga helps our interoception, our sense of what's going on inside our body, which is a very good ability to learn. And it also helps with our breathing practice. If we're using yoga asanas as a way to move into meditation, our breath and disciplining our breath is a really important aspect of our practice. Very good. All right, so let's lift that same leg up and bring that leg forward, and we're going to come into a pigeon, and we're going to draw that knee back. And here we could be up here, you could have blocks if you like, and we're just going to feel that our chest is open here, and that we are, you could put support underneath your thigh, your glute, if it's too much. If it's okay, you can come down onto your elbows, and you can stretch your arms out. So you decide what your own practice is in pigeon. You shouldn't feel any pain in your knees. If you do, you'll come out of it. And we're breathing here into our back body, inhaling, calm, and exhaling, happiness, inhaling the present, and exhaling a perfect moment. Good. Now we'll walk our hands back and we'll just turn our back toe under, draw that foot back, and we'll go back into downward dog for a moment, pressing our thighs back. Then we'll lift this other leg up, bring it forward into pigeon on the other side. And once again, you could have blocks here. You could have support underneath your hip. And you'll be asymmetrical like most human beings, so it might be more of a challenge on one side than the other. So be kind to your body and listen to it. And then I'm feeling that my back body is quite mobile now. I can move my shoulders around a little easier. I can feel the back bend really working here. And now I'm going to move down onto either your forearms, or you can stretch your arms out. And you do you. You decide what feels good for you. And here, it's much easier on my right side. I think because I lift my right leg over my left when I cross my legs, so it's an habitual movement that my hip is a little more mobile than on the other side. But, and once again, we're staying for a couple of moments here, just to allow not just the muscles, etc., to be affected, but the actual connective tissue to let go. It takes about 90 seconds. So this is a guesstimate of what I'm doing now. Very good. And let's come back up again. And I wonder if we could wiggle bring our leg around so that we're on our hands and knees, and stretch that leg forward and this one back so we can do a lizard on this side. I don't know that we did it on both sides, so we may be doing this again, but this is the other side. So that we're up here really feeling that opening, and we can come down or not, depending on where we are. So here you can open out this foot, this leg, if you like. Draw this thigh up, and just see if you can relax. You can, of course, have your knee down, and you can be up. You don't have to be down on your forearms. So you do you, and we'll feel, later in the day, we'll feel like Elasta woman and Elasta man. All right, very nice. Okay, you can put the back knee down, and we'll just bring that knee back, and we'll come back onto our behind, sitting down. And I'm just going to, so you just find a nice seat. I'm going to get my watch so I can know what time it is. There, good. All right, so we're sitting back on our seats, and we have our legs out. We're going to move into boat pose, which I really like because it's a very good core developer. If we don't have a good core, we don't have a good back. So I'll do it this way. And we did this the last time, I think. So we're just going to put our feet on the floor, and I'm sitting up right here. Now I'm tilting back slightly. You could hold on to your thighs if you like, and you could just lift one leg up and then the other. And this could be your practice here, depending on your core. If your core is a little more demanding, then you can have your hands at your side. You can lift one leg up, and then the other, and then both legs up. So you can do whatever you like. Listen to your body. Feel what makes your body feel good with a little bit of a challenge. And we're breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And you can stay here, or you can lower down slightly and then come up. And lowering down and coming up. Lowering down and coming up and bringing your knees in. So that's quite demanding, but it's very good for your core. All right, let's go down and we'll do a bridge pose by pressing our feet into the ground. And you can put your hands on your belly and feel your breath filling up your belly. And then put your hands on your ribs, filling up your ribs. And put your hands on your chest, filling up your chest. And then we'll just exhale through our nose. And we'll do that one more time, filling up our belly and our ribs and our chest and exhaling. And now let your breath return to normal and press your feet into the ground. And you're going to curl your tailbone, your pelvis up, and your vertebrae one by one will just come down. We'll just do this a few times. So we're just going to curl our pelvis up and lift up slightly and then roll down. And this time we're going to do it all the way. We're going to roll up all the way and clasp either the sides of our mat or our hands underneath our shoulders. And so we're rolling up, pelvis to the ceiling, thighs to the ceiling, chest to the ceiling. And we're pressing down with our arms and hands and our feet. Press into your feet. And we're going to lift, if you feel like it, you can stay here or roll down or lift your left knee up, press your foot up, bend your knee and down, the other leg up, knee up, press your foot to the ceiling, bend your knee, down, press your knee up, press your foot to the ceiling, press your knee up and down, press your knee up, foot to the ceiling, knee up and down. And now we're going to stretch our arms out and roll down slowly. And we'll clasp our knees and we will rotate them around with our hands on our knees and then rotate them around the other way. Very good. All right. Now we're going to just, you could get a block if you have one nearby, or you don't have to have a block. We're just going to bring our knees into, you can either put the block underneath your sacrum or just bring your knees into your chest and lift your legs up, your heels to the ceiling. And we're going to rest here. Now, it's difficult to figure out what the 90 degrees is. I always tend to have my knees too far over my head, so I draw them back a little bit towards the bottom of the mat to see whether or not I'm aligned. And different yoga traditions have different practices, and I've studied quite a bit of Iyengar yoga, which is very good on form and alignment, and it really helps me in all of the different kinds of yoga styles that I do. And it tends to make it possible for you to avoid injury, because if you're aligned properly, it's less likely that you're going to have an awkward twist or tweak in your spine. All right, and now you can open your legs out and let gravity do a little bit of the groin work here. You could hold on to your inner thighs here just to help you balance here, and stretching out through your heels. And this is a very lovely opening. And now you can draw, holding onto your thighs, you can draw your feet in, and you can do a little bit of a sitting pose here. here, but on your back. Supine. And I can hold on to my toes here and draw them towards me and draw my knees out and feel that as a lovely stretch and opening. If this is too much for you, you could put a strap around your feet and hold on to the strap. And we're breathing here, inhaling calm and exhaling, smiling, inhaling this present moment and exhaling this beautiful moment. Good. And let's stretch our legs out one more time, our feet out, rotate our ankles in one direction, our wrists as well, and then changing the circling motion. Very good. Pointing our toes, stretching our fingers, and then stretching your heels out, and then wrapping your fingers around your thumb and pressing really hard. Stretching your fingers out, stretching your toes out, and then wrapping your toes and your fingers around your thumb. And then one last time, stretching your toes out, stretching your fingers out, and one last time with the fists. Good. All right, bring your feet into your knees into your chest, and we're just going to do a few supine twists. We'll have our arms out. You can put your feet down for a moment. Shift your hips towards the right, and then drop your knees towards the left, and then look towards the right. And this might be all that you want to do in terms of a twist. Or you could lift your top leg up and hook the ankle and shin underneath the other leg, and it will give you a deeper twist. And you could also put your hand on your thigh, just a little added weight. And if you have pain in your back, don't do this. Just see if the simple, uncomplicated twist suits your spine. So this is about listening to your body, and you want your body to smile. Good. Now rotate those legs up. Find the center again. So you'll shift your hips back. And then once you've centered your spine, then lift your hips up and shift them to the other side, and then drop your knees towards, I think in this case it would be the left. And then lift, if you feel like it, you could just look at the opposite hand and feel that sense of openness, especially in your side body. Or you could lift that top leg up and put the foot underneath the bottom knee and feel the deeper twist. And you could put this hand up and just drape it over your thigh. So you do you. And we're in this beautiful pretzel for a reason. These twists really help massage the inner organs and allow your spine to maintain its mobility, and in some cases develop more mobility. And we're breathing here into this open side body. So inhaling calm, exhaling smiles, inhaling this very present moment together on the mat, and exhaling this wonderful moment, the beginning of the day, the week ahead. And now we're going to roll back towards the center of the mat, and we're going to just center our spine and put your feet as wide as your mat, and we'll do these lovely loping windshield wiper movements that will integrate all of the hip work we've been doing in the class, the work we've been doing with our hip flexors, and all of the muscles around our hips. Very nice. And let's draw our feet up and hold on to our feet and do happy baby. So you can hold on to the outside of your foot, or you could also hold on to the inside of your foot, and you could draw one knee back while the other leg stretches out. And then you can draw the other knee back while the other leg stretches out. This is a kind of supine archer, and I quite like doing this at the end of the class because I feel quite, my muscles are all warmed up, and I don't know, it feels like I'm a baby playing in a crib. A little infantile pleasure. Good. Now just draw your knees into your chest and then put your feet on the floor and stretch your legs out one at a time for final relaxation, Savasana. And you might find this is a comfortable pose to relax in or not. If it's not comfortable, you could be on your side, on your belly. You could have your legs up the wall, or you could be sitting in an easy pose. And we're just allowing our breath to fill our body and to empty our body. There are moments that cry out to be fulfilled, like telling someone you love them, or giving your money away, all of it. Your heart is beating, isn't it? You're not in chains, are you? There is nothing more pathetic than caution when headlong might save a life, even possibly your own. There are moments that cry out to be fulfilled, writes Mary Oliver, like telling someone you love them or giving your money away, all of it. Your heart is beating, isn't it? You're not in chains, are you? There is nothing more pathetic than caution when headlong might save a life, even possibly your own. And I'll invite you now to invite that stranger that is yourself back to yourself, and to feel your breath tingling fingertips and toes, tingling through your bloodstream to your legs and your arms, your neck, your torso, your head. And in your own time, you can draw your knees into your chest and roll onto your side and push up gently into a seated position. Or you can stay where you are. And I want to thank you. I'm filled with gratitude that you could meet with me this morning on the mat. It's always a good time for all of us in our beautiful community. And the teacher and the student in me honors and salutes the teacher and student in me, and you. And as our beautiful Angela would say, the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Deep bows to all of you.